How's it going, everybody? The Old Man Logan trial is back, baby, and we are screwed. It's hard. It's really hard. Fortunately, I was able to do difficulty 14 on my smaller account. It's the only account that is not going to be getting the maximum, and it's the only account that's not level 100, so it's punching up quite a bit. But I was able to quite quickly get up to 10 million points. There is no use in me doing the other two nodes because it's impossible to get to that score, unfortunately. So what I'll do is I'm going to do a recap of what we did here, and then I'm actually going to redo the nodes with you guys. And we'll talk about packs, we'll talk about all that and more, but I want to give you like the, hey, this is what I did in case you just want to go recreate it on your own. And then Twitch chat, I'm going to kick Twitch chat to the curb once we start doing the actual guide. So get your comments in now, guys. All right, so first things first, I was able to hit the first mission. I did exactly what I said I was going to do. Cabal with Kang. I threw in Old Man Logan just because. Just kicked a lot of ass really fast, and it was done. What I would say is, if you want to make the first hero skill node a little easier, you could hit this with full Spider Society and just make sure you leave with full cooldowns up. That is to say, like, make sure your Penny leaves with her ultimate up. Pretty much. This pretty much can make the hero skill node a little bit easier, marginally. But we have a different way to make it even easier. Second node, I did hit with the out of time. You can see my Starnak is obviously way far from the others. Even Cosmic Ghost Rider is kind of lapping Captain America and Peggy Carter at this point. Starnak does nothing. It's just about holding some cooldowns, as you're going to see, and letting Black Knight and Cosmic Ghost Rider kind of do their thing. Second node, Cosmic Bio node, I was able to hit it with the two Illuminati people, Skrull, Nova, and then Photon. My Photon died, so I wasn't able to use her on the next node, so this is going to need 6 people. But then I don't have to build Cosmo and Korg up at all. But the Illuminati people suck. They're really bad in this. You're playing with fire by bringing them in, but I'm not wasting resources on Cosmo and Korg. It's a subpar. It's not a subpar war team. It's a really good war team, but it's just a war team. And at this point, with the new characters coming out, that's not really on the menu. This one, I think, is going to be the one that people are going to need the most help on. So we're going to do 3 burn attacks. They changed this node, or I just don't remember it being as scripted as it is. The Lizard on the far right will always go first, and the Kraven is actually faster than the Lizard in the middle. But this works to our benefit. So what we're going to do is we're going to do 3 burn attacks. The first burn attack is basically going to be pulling the Lizard special and then the Kraven special. The second burn attack, we completely die to the Lizard. The third burn attack, we pull a Lizard basic and then the Kraven ultimate. And the fourth attack, we're going to hit it with our Black Knight and our Spider Society. This is really nice because we're no longer needing to do node 10 to max out the milestone points. We'll do a little bit of math on it when we talk about the packs. So we're able to kind of use him here, and he's going to help out quite a bit. Next up on the list is going to be the Villains node. This is stupid easy. I use this node basically to replenish all my cooldowns if I need to for Skrull, for Kang, or for Cabal. You can throw whatever else you want in here. You can throw in Superior 6 if you want in here. If you don't want to use your Cabal because they're already ready from the first level. If your Skrull is in a good position from the Cosmic Bio node, you can just leave him there, and then we go from there, right? Then we have the Cabal node. You can see my Emma and my Loki are barely built. They both died. I don't care. Even if I did have to do the last node, I wasn't going to use them in it no matter what. So what we do is we put our Namor, our leader, and our Patriot separated, and we give her hell. And you're going to see that when we get to the actual guide footage. Cosmic Bio node, you can see Photon did get punched by the Apocalypse, so I end up throwing in Nova here. And this is a really easy node. This is just, if you survive the first Cosmic Bio node and you have enough characters alive, you're going to be able to come in and beat this one so long as you have, like, Skrull plus 2, you know, somewhat warm bodies. This node is fairly easy. And then we have the Spider Side node. I one-shot it here. We can do another burn attack if we want. We don't need to. So Black Knight with Spider Society here gets it done. And then the villain node, if I wanted to do it, would be super easy, but there's literally no reason. And same with the final node. I would be able to do it because my Cosmic Ghost Rider and my Black Knight are still alive, but there's no reason to because the way that they have the points structured, it's unattainable to get milestone 15. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to claim all of this now. So now at least I have myself a 6 yellow, 4 red Logan, which I'm super pumped about. That does make me very happy. So that's good. And they're just going to go all over the place. Okay, cool. And now he's way, way, way stronger. Let's go. He's stronger. He's so strong. All right, this is great. But it does give us a brutal reality check that the Illuminati people, as we're going to see, difficulty 15, I'm hearing they just can't do anything. They just can't. We're going to change some ISOs around to try and fix it up, but it does look like you have to do difficulty 15 to get the 7th star on Logan, which is not fun. Now, I have reached out to the developers and asked them, like, hey, is this a special time because it's Logan's second event? Like, when Goblin and Nova and Black Cat came to be permanent events, the required difficulty to get them max was like exponentially lower, right? Because it's no longer a leaderboard. They're now a permanent event. Is that going to be the case for my Logan? I haven't received word yet. I'm not sure if they would let me share that when they do share it. But my feedback to them is going to be the biggest takeaway from the Age of Apocalypse is that homogenized rosters suck. If you force everybody to build up Cosmic Bio characters, their Spider Society, their Cabal, and they're out of time, all the way to like gear tier 18, level 100, ice level 5, blah, 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 and they still have to suffer through it, so maybe they do some gear tier 19 here and there, and diamonds and everything like that, like, then everyone's going to have the same sort of roster. They claim that was the biggest takeaway from before, so hopefully they're going to be open to that, and I would love to see the 7th star for Logan be achievable by beating difficulty 12. Because I think then the Illuminati people at like gear tier 18 would crush it. If not, you could bring in, you know, the nowhere characters at like gear tier 15, and they would do fine as long as you have Skrull. But yeah, there's definitely some work to be done. Anyway, let's go through packs and difficulty real quick, and we'll go from there. It's a lot harder than I thought it was going to be on specific nodes, for sure. So I'm doing difficulty 14. I do have 6-star characters. I literally couldn't do difficulty 15 because my Peggy, my Leader, my Emma, and my Loki are all 6 stars, and they're not close to 7. So that's not going to happen for me. And as you can see, if I were to literally equip every single pact, it would only get me to 12.4 million. I'm going to play around with it and see if efficiency-wise it actually adds another 110 or 1,100,000. There's no shot it does. There's actually just no way. So let's go through the packs then. Yeah, they have it gated this way for a reason, right? Anyway, we want to turn the experimental serums off. That's bad time. That's bad time. And then everything else you can leave on if you want. You can turn some off if you want, but I find I can actually lean into some of these, even the ones that maybe help the enemies. I lean into them for my benefit. So, all Cosmic Hero characters, 50% crit hit chance and crit hit damage, but the player's Cosmic Villain characters lose 20% damage. So it's a Skrull nerf, but it's a Illuminati buff, a Void Knight buff, a Photon buff, a Nova buff. So in my mind, it is a net positive. Glorious Purpose. When a character heals himself, they recover an additional 10% life. This one can actually be a really big piss off against the Cosmic Bio node because of the Apocalypse there. So you know what? Let's go ahead and turn that one off. And if we do some quick math, we should still be fine to get what we needed to get, which was like 9.5 million, right? So that's going to be fine. Spider-sided characters gain 50% damage. This is just one you have to have equipped for the Hero skill node. It's just Spider Society. I don't know why they call it Hero skill node. For that to work, villain control characters gain just 20% health and block chance. Nobody cares. When any character defeats, they fill their speed bar. You get to use this for your benefit in the villain nodes, which is really nice. All Cosmic Crucible abilities are active. This is what makes Cabal go brr. Hero characters deal an additional 10% damage to other hero characters. That's perfectly fine. And then all war abilities are active during this run. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be turning on when a character heals himself, they recover an additional 10% life. Just to, actually, we'll turn it off. And we'll make sure that we still get the 9.5 million score that you need to get the unlock. But just know that I did do this with Glorious Purpose on, with the teams you're about to see, and it worked out for me. All right, now we're going to do node by node. Check the timestamps if you're struggling with a particular node. But please, please, please note, there is a lot of carryover cooldown stuff, especially with the Cabal Villains Unrestricted section and the Hero Skill section. So you might want to check out the end of each node before whatever node that you're looking at, which comes after. Just check that out, all right? Enjoy the guide, guys. And if you like it, please leave it a like, share with your friends, subscribe to the channel. We're already 8 minutes and 9 minutes in. All right, let's go. All right, before we jump into each node, we're going to quickly talk about T4s and ISO 8. So for our Cabal members, you'll see I have everything but the basic done on Iron Patriot. Is that necessary? Probably not. You could probably get away with maybe not doing the ultimate in this case, but the passive and the special, absolutely necessary. Basic is actually a huge help too if you want to do that. Min-maxing these guys, I think there's a lot of value in it long term. On Namor, I only have the ultimate and the passive done. Those are both essential. And then Leader, I have everything but the basic done. As far as essential goes, I mean, it's a lot of damage there. I would say the ultimate is necessary, and I would also say the passive is necessary. Now, let's quickly talk about the other two sections. The Cabal, the Loki, and Emma. Nothing is necessary on them. You don't have to do anything. I have them super weak, as you're going to see. I'm also going to use Cabal with Kang in this instance. I have everything done on Kang. Is everything necessary? Sorry, my nose is itchy. No. Everything is not necessary on Kang, but Kang is one of those characters you're going to be using for a long time. So if you do have some T4s to spend, you don't have Kang done, but you have him built up in levels, definitely consider Special, Ultimate, and of course, the passive, which is going to be very, very helpful. All right. We're going to do Skrull in the Cosmic Bio section. Alright, so I use Cabal with Old Man Logan and Kang here. The only reason I'm doing this is because basically I'm going to be using basics with the majority of my characters with the exception of Logan and Kang. They're just going to pop off as much as possible. Okay? What I will say is you do see purple ISO on Logan. Please don't take that as a recommendation. I goofed on him and I accidentally put Skirmisher. I actually like Striker on him better. For this, because I have Strikers, I'm just going to keep him a Skirmisher just to make use out of it. I want my Logan a Striker. He no longer has use in the arena after Annihilators come out, so don't build him Skirmisher for the arena. Don't build him Skirmisher for Dark Dimension 7, because that's a horrible use for him. Leave him a Striker. Have other people changed. He's a Striker. Sorry, I just want to get that out of the way before it confuses people. So, alright, let's go in here, and there's no real strategy to this, so I don't think we're not going to sit on this node for very long. Long story short, kill everything with Kang. That's all it is, right? Like, Kang's gets the extra damage from Iron Patriot. Old Man Logan is going to be doing assists, which is going to make sure Kang is always triple tapping. It also means the vulnerables will be on everybody at all times. It also means Logan's going to be taking 1 billion turns. And so you don't really need to do anything with your Patriot, your Leader, or your Namor. I'll do the special from Namor just because it's such a low cooldown. It doesn't really matter. But yeah, this is just the Kang and Old Man Logan show with Cabal kind of giving them some nice, interesting buffs. Alright, so you can see we're already through the first wave, moving on to the second. We got those uber annoying shield assaulters coming in with their nasty taunts, and now Kang's going to pop off. Now, as far as cooldowns go to try and maintain for the next node, I do want to have Kang abilities up. I really do want to have Kang special at least close to being up. His ultimate, I would love for that to be available. If I can have both available, that'll be even better. So let's see, can we get through her in one shot? We can, that's great. We'll just basic this. Skirmisher and Iron Patriot is actually really nice for this mode, but if you have him as a Striker, I think that's perfectly acceptable too. We're not going to need to do too much double tapping into enemies, but what I will say is because there's extra waves on these nodes and they don't like spawn in with the vulnerables, if you're going to have Striker on Iron Patriot, you have to have Raider on Namor. But if you have Skirmisher on Iron Patriot, you could put Striker on Namor, and that does just an absolute crap load of damage. Alright, let's go ahead and we'll use a special here. Oops, I was a little bit late to use a special, but that'll be okay. He should get more speed bar and get extra turns in. Alright, Kesha's gone. Iron Patriot next. Or sorry, the Iron Man Infinity War next. Alright, he's gone. Kang's gonna go. We'll take out the Fury and the Maria. Now, Kang's ultimate is ready, but his special's pretty far. But that's okay. We can live with that. And you can see our Cabal members are perfectly fine. Alright, let's move on over to the Out of Time node. Alright, the Out of Time members, as far as T4s and ISO 8 go. So, Black Knight, I like him as a Striker. You can see I have him very well built. I have everything but the basic done. I think this is kind of the base build for Black Knights. If you want to make him a Fortifier or a healer, I don't think that's going to change much because the bleeds don't really seem to benefit too much off the Striker. For Cosmic Ghost Rider, I have, again, everything but the basic. As far as essentials go, I do think you're going to want the special done. I don't necessarily think the ultimate is necessary because we're not doing that final node. And the passive, you absolutely want to have. So barrier for 30% of character's max health is a huge part of why we can kind of cheap out on the rest of this. I have nothing on Captain America, nothing on Peggy, and nothing on Starbrand. You can see my Starbrand is super small. As far as T4s or ISO goes on this, I really like Striker and Cosmic Ghost Rider because of the amount of damage he does. Raider and Captain America just because he kind of chain attacks more than Peggy does, so I like that. And then Peggy Carter, you see, I have her as a healer. Starbrand as a Raider just in case he gets to do any kind of attack. It'll help us out. All right, let's get into the footage. All right, this Out of Time node is not free. It's pretty brutal, actually. And if you could, you might want to consider switching Captain America and Peggy Carter to healer for this, or at least have one of them as a Raider. I suppose we can make Captain America a Raider in this case, so Peggy does more healing and we have vulnerables to hit into. Sarnak's going to die, and the unfortunate reality with Star Knight dying is he's just going to eat the reses from Peggy, which is super annoying. So we can't rely on res or anything like that. Instead, we got to rely on holding our cooldowns for the appropriate moments. For Cosmic Ghost Rider, do not use his special turn 1. Go ahead and use that basic over there. We will use the Peggy ultimate to get Safeguard up. Bam, bam, bam. And you can see Black Knight is just going to be doing Black Knight stuff. He's going to be helping us out, basically doing all of our damage. We want a special with our Captain America on this one. That's going to be super helpful. And then let's go ahead and let's throw the ability block at Wong. We would really want to stop him from getting his taunt up. We didn't stop him. That might just be a reset. Not going to lie to you guys. Like, if that doesn't land, it's super annoying. And getting stuck behind him sucks. So you might just want to reset at this point because we're going to kind of burn a lot of abilities dealing with that. I'll try and fight through it, though. I do have a really big Black Knight. He's level 99. He's nearly geared to 19. I think he's just missing his unique because he's not level 100. Can't equip it. Yeah, and he's 2 diamonds. So he's actually super, super well built. We see, this is the problem. This is why I didn't want Wong to be alive. Because I would have wanted to kill more people so that the next wave is spawning into the Cosmic Ghost Rider special. This is bad in this certain situation. Let's just continue the course, though. Let's do the basic. Let's do the ultimate just to reapply that safeguard to the Black Knight. Alrighty. Throw the shield just because. Gives me speed bar. And we start getting our Black Knight abilities back up. And Black Knight as a striker is super helpful here. He is all of our damage, right? Alright, Captain America is one more turn from his special. That is super useful. Dang it, we still didn't pull that next wave in. We will be doing it right now, which is just the horriblest of timings. Alright, let's refresh our buffs. That's going to be it for Mordo. And Starnak, I guess. I think Starnak was revived and immediately died. Alright, so here's where we wanted to save this special from Cosmic Ghost Rider. Does a nice flip and does put a stun over on the Strife, which is nice. But the reason I wanted it to kind of line up better is because I wanted to be able to get control on this Emma before she cleared everything, which clearly didn't happen because we were taking that turn so late in. Peggy died, reset it. Reset at this point, what we want is we would have wanted Captain America or Black Knight to take that hit, even Cosmic Ghost Rider. And eventually Peggy would have brought them back, or they would have... They would have just survived long enough and still won, kind of thing. I'll play it out. Let's see what happens here. But this is probably where you want to reset. If this doesn't work, then I'm going to go ahead and edit the video. Nah, screw it. I don't want to deal with that. Let's just edit the video now. All right, take 2. Let's see if we can get it a little bit better. That ability luck landing on the Wong hopefully will be the case, and you can see how much easier it makes everything. Alrighty. By the way, another thing that we would really like is we would really like for Black Knight to be getting the killing blows on the Symbiote members, so that when the anti-venom inevitably comes in, he is just not reviving anybody. But you can't really control that. Alright, there's our stun on the Strange, plus we get a little bit extra damage. Starnak, look, not building Starnak feels nice, but let's be real. The 4-piece at a time, even without Black Knight, is an amazing war team and will be for quite some time. With that said, they're a one-trick pony team, right? It feels bad leveling up one-trick pony teams. At least for me, it feels insanely bad to level up one-trick pony teams. Let's go ahead and get the kill over here on the Strange. And then Wong should bleed out, and hopefully we can get the... If we can get another kill as well, then we're going to summon in. It's going to walk right into the Ghost Rider special, which will help kind of line everything else up. All right, counterattacks are good. The Black Knight Retaliate will finish her off. Fantastic. Starnak just doing his best to try and exist. Black Knight's going to finish off Scream as well, and then we'll definitely pull in the next wave, right? There we go. And it walks right into the special from Cosmic Ghost Rider, which is just beautiful. All right, let's use the basic here. Starnak is just doing his thing. Sorry, it's Star Bran. The community literally has mind-controlled me into calling it Starnak. We do have some nasty slows on some characters I would have preferred them not to be on, so it's a little bit a little bit slower still. Looks like we're still not going to be able to control this Emma. So what we desperately need is for these Madeleines to target not Peggy Carter, basically. Ooh, looks like we didn't get the trauma to land on Strafe this time. But as you see, Captain America takes the ult like a champ. We just need that next Madeleine to also not kill our Peggy Carter here. I'd be fine with him killing Starnak. Get him, Madeleine! Oh, well, that's not gonna happen. Oh, well, now we're taunting, so that's perfect. We cannot land this taunt, or sorry, this stun, because she has Disrupt. But the bleeds might get it done. No, not quite. Oof. Took that hit really poorly. I wonder... Yeah, there we go. We're going to get a good cleanse from Captain America there. This is going to be a nice heal, plus ability block on the Madeleine is huge. And now we're definitely playing on the back foot right now. Captain America gone is not our favorite thing in the world. We are forced to revive Starnak first. Captain America will come next. So we need a couple turns. But we may not get those turns, and it may not be a problem. Alrighty, take these Madeleines out ASAP. There we go. Now the symbiote people are going to fall in. Let's try and take out people as fast as we can. And now is where we kind of hope to God that our Black Knight has been getting us kills. Let's get our safeguard up. Oof. We need a certain amount of people to get a safeguard, don't we? So that's going to be a nasty flip. And now we are definitely in danger. Especially with us not having our abilities on Cosmic Ghost Rider. Next time he doesn't attack, he's going to be reviving people. So let's make sure we can kind of survive this. Ooh, we got some nice flip action from the Cosmic Ghost Rider coming in hot. Didn't flip everything on the Void Knight like I would have wanted. But he should get retaliated to death here. Ugh! Barely did anything. Alright, so people will get revived. So you can see this. So we did get perma-kills on Scream and on the Gwenom, which is why only Agent Venom came back, which is huge. Now we get our characters back. We can take out the main threat. And the only character who I truly care about cooldowns is going to be Black Knight. I would like to save some things from Black Knight for the hero skill node. Cosmic Ghost Rider, we're not going to use him on node 10 after all. Thankfully, we don't need to. So let's just try and get this done. Oh, Captain America is super dead. There he goes. He did his best. Get some heals up. And let's not be hesitant to use these cooldowns. Alright, so he should be dead. Let's start taking out this guy then. The last thing I want to do is use any Black Knight cooldowns. We don't care about efficiency. There's no leaderboard to worry about. We just got to hit certain milestone markers. I'm sorry this fight took so long, but I do think this is going to be one of the fights people are trying to cheap out the most on with their team. So hope this helps you. Let's move on over to the Cosmic Bio, which is another nightmare section. Alright, Bio Cosmic. This is going to be a nightmare section. We are going to use 6 characters for this. Unless you have the Nowhere team built up, then you can kind of get away with it a little bit easier. But these level 75 characters, I tried them on difficulty 14. Not a shot. So difficulty 15, they'd have to be built up more. You can do that if you really like war. You don't mind building your Nowhere team up. Me personally, I'm more of a Crucible guy on this account. So that's what I'm going to lead into. So let's start with our Illuminati members here. So I have Miss Fantastic. I do have everything but the basic done. I would say the only thing that's like really nice to have is the special because it guarantees the stun. I have him as a Raider, and I think that's fine. You can notice he is level 99. Black Bolt, I have the ultimate and the passive done. I love that. If I had enough T4s, I would also do the special. I have him as a Raider, but he's definitely one that if I didn't already finish the event, I would have put him as a Striker, and that would help me a lot with extra burps. Skrull, put everything on him, slap Raider on him, you're good to go. Void Knight, I only have the passive on him. That's just for raids. You don't need that, so don't worry about that. And I also have him as a Raider. Photon, I have nothing on Photon, though I would love to have the special and ultimate on her, but mostly for Secret Defenders, not really for this game mode. She's also a Raider, but she could definitely Moonlight as a Striker. And then finally, Nova. I have everything but the basic on him. I even have some Awakened abilities on him, and I was using him as a Striker. As far as, like, essential ones go, I think the special is actually pretty necessary, right? Because it is the one that applies trauma. So there's an Apocalypse we're about to fight, and if you get stuck on him later, and your Nova can stun him, that's super helpful. So I think that's going to be the most valuable one. But there's also, I believe it's the ultimate in War Apply Safeguard Self. No, it's not that one. Nope, just a special. All right, let's get to it. All right, let's have a difficult conversation here. Cosmic Battle Node sucks. It's a trait that is far too limiting. It's awful. And if you didn't build Nowhere when Nowhere was good, boy, that's not fun. Not fun at all. So, I do have Illuminati. I will be using Illuminati here. That doesn't mean Illuminati is good for this. They're really not. I would also love to make some people a striker. In this case, I'll make... I believe Nova can flex as a striker in my roster. Yeah, he can. Maybe Photon can as well right now. She can, but not max level, so we'll just leave it like this. This is brutal. This could take a lot of resets. I can't have Skrull get one shot, and I would prefer it not to be Nova as well. So Toad comes in. That's going to get me pushed, which is going to allow me to take the taunt off Juggernaut. So far, this is really good. This is definitely what we want. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to rewind on the Silver Samurai. That rewinds the Dark Beast and the Nemesis. And then my Photon needs to blind the Lady Deathstrike. This is kind of the perfect setup. I'm super happy it happened first time. After that, we're going to go full send mode. We're going to try and take these characters out while we can. Remember that Black Bolt does have AoE on his special now, so make sure we're utilizing that. Go for the Dark Beast in this situation. Unfortunately, didn't get the kills, which means we probably have to reset at this point because they're going to do just an insane amount of damage, and I really can't have anybody die. I need them to be alive to be a body for the apocalypse. Now, Photon taking that much damage, it's not good. It's really not good because I need her to survive the apocalypse ultimate, and she's just getting absolutely pelted on. But let's throw the ult from Skrull. People get nice and low. That's good. Black Bolt doing Black Bolt things to see if he can't finish off the Magneto. I would really like Black Bolt to be a striker just for this node. In Crucible, I definitely prefer him as a Raider, though. Especially if I have Captain Britain, but it is what it is. See what we can get done here. Photon, she's just in a really bad spot right now. Alright, so you have to target the Apocalypse with the special. You gotta target the Apocalypse with the special, because that's gonna stop him from getting Safeguard when he does his special. He is not empowered, this guy. Alright, yeah, see, Photon's dead, so we're gonna see who's gonna get one shot here. It's not gonna be pretty, but we're gonna make it work. Alright. There's the special. You'll see no Safeguard's gonna happen. That doesn't mean he's not gonna reach his ultimate. Yeah, there you go, right there, see? And who's gonna get punched? That's the question. Who's it gonna be? If it's Skrull or if it's Nova, I probably just reset it. Alright, you're also gonna see that when he starts retaliating, he does more healing. Skrull lived. So for the record, Skrull living that 3 diamond, this is like a base level Skrull. Minus the purple Raider level 1, which I don't think adds any health, maybe 2% health. This is a 4 red star Skrull survives it. So I guess if Skrull's the target, he could take it like a champ, which I guess is good. I'm gonna rewind the Apocalypse. When he does damage, he just has so much goddamn drain. It's absolutely annoying. So look, I'm happy this happened on the first attempt, but if you're doing this and you are having to reset to get that opening luck that I got, don't feel discouraged. It is what it is. This node absolutely sucks. The next node is nowhere near as difficult. The first time I did this, it was much harder. All right, let me just tell you, I did, I think, 5 resets the first time I did it. Didn't play out this well in those opening turns. You saw what happened. Nova got pushed. He's able to take the taunt off, because he gets speed bar when he gets pushed below his first charge. He takes the taunt off of the blob, and then your Skrull gets to rewind that very dangerous group. If you can't rewind that very dangerous group, and you're stuck rewinding on the blob, you end up getting pegged down. And if you can't put blind on Lady Deathstrike, it's the same thing. You get rewind, you get cranked. Anyway, let's move on. I believe it's Hero Skill next. Alright, T4s Iso 8 on the Spider side. Look, this is a raid team. There's a lot of T4s in their like pass and stuff that you don't need for this mode. That's obvious. But you should do it. There's going to be a new raid coming soon for sure, right? So just T4 your Spider side if you haven't already. As far as Isos go, I do like Raider on Noir. I like Striker on the 3 damage dealers, and then Skirmisher on Peter. Because I have so many Strikers, I need him doing his assists, not only helping peel taunts off of like the tanks, that are on both nodes, but also just activating those strikers. Okay, so here we go. Let's go do the hero skill node. All right, hero skill node. The first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna sack it. All right, here's the thing. Lizard's gonna special. He's gonna kill at least 2 people, and then Kraven's gonna kill the rest, and that's perfectly fine. It's always the lizard on the right, as we talked about, and the Kraven, who does not have higher speed than the lizard in the middle, goes next. I'm not sure why it's all these pesky shenanigans. Maybe it's something in the kits that I'm not remembering. I don't think that's the case, but it is what it is. So what we pulled there is we pulled the lizard special, not the lizard ultimate, and we pulled the Kraven special, but not the Kraven ultimate. Can't have that. Lizard will ult now. So this is what this burn attack is going to do. Comes through like that. And so we still have the Kraven ultimate. I do not want to walk into Kraven ultimate with my actual attack. That would be super, super, super bad, okay? So we do one final burn attack. Best part about this is, I mean, I don't think it ever messed with efficiency anyway, but because we don't care about efficiency, we can do as many burn attacks as we need. We are just fighting milestones. We're not fighting each other, which I think is kind of good. I just think they set the benchmark far, far, far too high. And there's a Kraven ultimate, and now we'll go in with our real team. The real team is not a guaranteed one-shot. Don't get it twisted. This burn attack, I feel, is extremely necessary, but is not by any means a one-shot. So we're going to take out Ghost Spider. We're going to put our Black Knight in, and we want to kind of move this around a little bit so that we have Noir beside Black Knight, because he's probably going to die, but we want him to come back, which is what the revive is for, right? And then we'll have him for the next hero skill node as well. All right, so here we go. We're going to go right for the Kraven. And we're going to notice the lizard on the right. He doesn't have his taunts up. Doesn't have special for a taunt. Doesn't have his ultimate for a taunt. So he's just going to go ahead and basic us. And then we're going to get to cleave off the lizard in the middle. I think they changed this on purpose because they realized how just overtuned it was to have us need to use spiders into Superior 6, which is kind of a crazy person thing to do. So now that we know how to control it, we can manipulate the lizard on the right to burn his cooldowns, and then we can ping off the lizard in the center. It kind of makes this a little bit more manageable. Anyway, let's get the stun off. This is where, if you did use the Spider Society on the first node, Penny Ultimate there would absolutely just crank the enemy, which is why I don't think that's a bad idea to do that if you're so inclined. Alright, that was unfortunately the Doc Ock passive triggering the Kraven to do 2 attacks back to back. We don't like that very much. We don't like that at all. Let's do a little Black Knight heal. If you were so inclined to switch your Black Knight to a healer for this one, I think that's actually a great idea. Rhino's super annoying, super oppressive. We're still stuck on this lizard, but this is going to be it for him. Good stuff. Now, I do have the ultimate from Pav, but you got to ask yourself, is it time to crank that out? And for me, I would say no. It's not time to use that yet. I want to wait till we have the 2 Slayers to throw that, because that Pav ultimate is just so much goddamn damage. And this node is absolutely brutal, okay? So let's keep on the Slayers here. Remember, if we push them too low and Doc gives them speed bar, it's going to be a bad time for us. They're not adjacent. We can't chain. So we got to get past this lizard stuff first here. This will give offense up, defense up kind of stuff. Boom, good stuff. We do get an assist comes in, not enough to clear it. There's no vulnerable, so unfortunately this is also not going to clear it. But we'll get the lizard dead. Looks like Penny's going to ult. And now you can see the devastating Penny ult. This is the game changer right here. Penny ult and Pav ult. Having those ready at the right time is so crucial. But let's see. Slayers get their turns off. We just die, so. Do they bleed out or not? Their ultimates are just permakills, and we're just done. Looks like lots of buffs for our Noir to tag team off of. Good stuff. This one has offense up. The other one doesn't. I think this is going to be a reset, guys, unfortunately. Oof. We're going to hope he bleeds out, I guess, since he's our striker Black Knight down here now. Ah, all your buffs are mine to use. Perfect. We kind of got to kill the Slayer, but we also got to go for the Goblin. So I'm just going to start it on the Goblin, and hopefully he pings over to those Slayers with the billions and billions of attacks that he does. Vulture doesn't have any bleeds. Finish him off. No, Slayer didn't die! And that's a reset right there. So Greeting out, hoping for bleeds to work. Never the right call, guys. Never, ever the right call. All right, take number 2. We're going right back in there, and this time, hopefully, we'll get better crits from the Noir. Hopefully, things will work out better, and our Pav second turn will coincide with the Slayers being there. We won't have to hold off as long as we did. Actually, we had to hold off for an extra turn, didn't we? Because the Lizard ended up also taunting for us. So, yeah, we'd really like to avoid that. It makes it a lot smoother if those Slayers aren't around. And away we go. So there's the taunt from the Lizard. We definitely want to avoid this Lizard's ultimate, by the way. That'd be really bad for us. All those nasty resists coming in. Alright, Peter B is going to strip off those buffs from the Lizard. Fantastic. And now my penny is going to go. So let's learn our lesson. Let's actually go ahead and stun this Lizard on the right instead. And of course it gets deflected and then blocked. Because why wouldn't it? But it's not going to have the Craven pushing twice here, which is nice. All those buffs fuel our Noir. And we'll go back over into this Craven. Good assist comes in. He's going to be dead, so let's start working down this Lizard. And there's that taunt that we don't like. Let's heal up, cleanse up. I'll save that ultimate for a rainy day. Thank God these Slayers aren't in yet. You can see how things get a little bit RNG, a little bit wonky on this one. Alright, nasty rewinds, but that's okay. Ooh, we literally couldn't ask for better timing. We'll hold off on the Noir ultimate for now. We're going to ult to stun the Doc Ock here because he's about to use his ultimate. We don't like that. You can see all those nice bleeds we have on the Slayers. It's going to be beautiful. Let's go ahead and we'll take these buffs off. And then Pav is going to just absolutely decimate the enemy here with this ultimate. This ultimate is crazy powerful. It's part of the reason why the Spider-Sided team just doesn't make any sense. Alright, start turning our attention over here now. Rhino is going to do what Rhino's going to do. We're not too worried about that. We are more worried about this Slayer, especially because he just got a bunch of buffs. I'd also like to hit that Goblin a little bit, though. Alrighty, let's finish him up. That's going to be it for the Slayer. That's it for the Vulture too, which is amazing. Now we can stun the Goblin. Penny's the best character ever. And now, like, look, if we're lucky, we're going to be able to kind of survive with the Black Knight. If not, it's not the end of the world. Because once again, we're not doing node 10, which is why we can actually use Black Knight on this node without fear that it's just going to be too much damage for him. And without switching to billing people to healer, right? Alright, little heal to the Black Knight, but that slow is going to really hurt his chances of surviving this node. It would be nice to have him for the next one, though, don't get me wrong. Yeah, he's not going to be long for this world, though. We can't get the next node done with just the regular Spider Society, so that's what we're going to do. We're not going to play around with this node. We're not going to try and force it for the Black Knight to live. The whole benefit of not having to do all 10 nodes is that we don't have to kill ourselves like that. Alright, but what I do need is I need the rest of my spiders to come nice and healthy. Let's get rid of the Goblin. And now we'll go over to that Craven because we really don't want him to ult. Him ulting would be really a lot of damage that we don't really want to eat. Get a slow on him. Slow didn't land, so let's go ahead and we'll bust the stun out on him. And now let's try and save some cooldowns. We could use the low turn cooldowns, like special from Peter. Perfect! And yeah, we could use a special from Noir too, that's fine. Alright guys, here's skill. Not fun. These guys are all level 95, gear tier 18 for the record. I'm going to show all the teams and their like actual builds and T4s and everything like that when we get to the end here. All right, first villain node. Like I was saying earlier, I'm going to use these guys because we're using them on other nodes, so it's kind of nice to double dip. If you have to build characters higher, it's nice to have, you know, controlled amount of people that you need to build higher. But if you can just use your Superior 6 here as the first hit, do that. I mean, if you just want to kind of wait it out, I think that is perfectly acceptable. And, sorry, not wait it out, but kind of burn it out. I think that's a great idea. All right, I'll use a special from Scroll now to give him offense up before he does his ultimate. Kang has his ult, like we were talking about earlier. That one quirk is perma-killed. He will not be revived. And we're just going to use the basic here. We'll save some of these cooldowns. We will have to use a few, though, on this node. This node is not, it's not as gimme as the other ones were, right? Kang will kill everybody here. And now I need to get vulnerables out. So with Skrull being a raider, let's go ahead and pop the ultimate. Boom. Lots of damage. Did he get his raider stuff off? Sure looks that way. Doesn't look like I'm actually going to have to do many cooldowns whatsoever here. So let's just go for the Nightcrawler, get that speed up off of him. Benefits of having Skirmisher and Iron Patriot, I suppose. Kang special. We no longer have use for Kang, right? This is the last node we're actually going to use one because we don't have to do that villain node, so we can just bust everything on Kang without hesitation. What I will say is try and keep those vulnerables on the Nova to stop his speed bar gain. Would be beneficial. So you're going to go for it here. Patriot is not a striker, neither is Noir, so we're not giving him speed bar. He is going to get his turn off, but it is what it is. He's going to stun somebody. All right, you know, that's some nasty damage. We're going to heal up, though. Leader's an absolute beast on the healing front. There we go. And you still have a slow, so Cyclops is going to take a while to go. Kang dead, don't care. He's not going to be used elsewhere anymore. And finish off the Nova. Skrull looking good. Our Cabal members literally used no cooldowns here. So you can kind of see the power. So if you don't have your Cabal built as big as mine is big. Like, I have 2 diamonds on all my Cabal members with the exception of Leader because he's only 6 stars. But I built them high because I love them in Crucible. If your Cabal team is like 7 red stars, which hopefully with them being somewhat more farmable now, a lot of you will have. Yeah, at least I've done that 6 if you're trying to do this difficulty, mind you. They're worth the build, guys. They're worth it. All right, we already talked about Cabal, so we're not going to waste any time on that. Let's just look at Loki. Nothing's done. I'm a skirmisher, so we can get an extra vulnerable up there. That will help the Cabal during this node. And the same thing with Emma. Nothing on her but skirmisher, so if she gets a turn, she'll put a vulnerable up there. Like, Cabal needs the vulnerables, right? So let's get into it. This is going to be the last time we talk about T4s And Iso 8. Hope this helps you out. If not, ask any questions you want in the comment sections, and I'll get to you as soon as I can. All right, then we got the Cabal node. You can see my Loki and my Emma, very small, level 78, level 70, gear tier 14, gear tier 13, and it just doesn't matter. Look, they're there for their standing passives. We do need a crit from Loki, I believe, to make sure that we get to go first, but it's not the end of the world. I don't have the T4 in the Loki special. It doesn't seem to matter. Okay, and now from here, what we're going to do is we're going to make sure that we're killing the Penny Parker, the Peter B, and the Vol. We need that Vol to die before she gets to pop off, which is not super easy to accomplish. Let's make sure we target her so she gets the defense down from Iron Patriot since she resisted the Iron Patriot special. And then I'm going to go ahead and ult on the Peter. This is going to do a bunch of damage, and now we're kind of stuck behind the Beta Ray Bill, but not really, because we should be able to get him to lose it here. There we go. So we got another special from Loki coming in. Good death. And then yet again, another special from Patriot, because we came in with all our cooldowns ready to play. We were not messing around. We're making, we're big boys playing with big toys. Is that the country saying? I think so. All right, there we go. All right, now we do want to get a skirmisher mark on somebody for our Cabal stuff. So let's go ahead and let's put it on the Weaver. By her getting vulnerable, even though our Emma sucks, she can now be, well, first of all, she can be rewound. All of them can be rewound because his war rules are active too for Noir. But she cannot gain speed now. Just to make sure we don't take that vulnerable off of her. And this is also the last node we have to do with Cabal. So again, we don't care if these characters die. We just want to make sure we get through the node. That's all that matters. Sure, I'll summon up just so they have extra targets to hit from. And I will start targeting. I tell you what, let's get rid of the Weaver. Even though Cabal will hit through the anti-stuff anyway, it's fine. Emma's useless. Everyone has vulnerable already, so her attacks literally don't matter. Take Noir's first life. Let's put another vulnerable on him since he lost it when he died. Alright, Lokis are wasting our time. Ah, look at Loki got a kill. Would you look at that? Alright, let's go for the Vol next. Let that Weaver bleed out. If she doesn't bleed out, it's fine. She's not going to really stun anybody that matters. She's likely to hit a Loki clone, and if she doesn't, it's fine, because we can still hit through the anti-accuracy. And there you go. You can kind of see how I do trust the bleeds from Namor a little bit, because of just how powerful a character he is. But it's mostly just about getting control, getting your vulnerables out there, and getting the job done. Alright, next up is the next Cosmic Bio node. Alright, so the same thing that happened last time is happening now. Photon died. Last time she died due to Apocalypse Punch. This time she just died because, I mean, the node is brutal, and our characters suck if we don't have the Nowhere team built up. It's neither here nor there, so we'll go with our Illuminati, Skrull, Void Knight, and Nova here. Our Skrull should have his special available, but not his ultimate. We used his ultimate pretty late into that last node, right? So there, we get wrecked there, and then we'll do a huge turn meter rewind on the middle group here. We'll just continue to do our stuff. We do have the Nova stun. I'll just throw it down the middle, as much damage as we can get as possible. Black Knight can do his big yell, so we might as well. So I do like that I can get through at least this difficulty with the Illuminati. I would be worried about difficulty 15 because these guys are really built. Like, this is a level 99 Black Bolt, 2 diamonds. And the Mr. Fantastic, he's 3 diamonds, right? Because of the temporal dimension. So it's pretty crazy how big they're expecting us to build all these characters. It's going to create a lot of homogenized rosters, which I really, really, really dislike. Anyway, let's get a ability block up on this Namor now from the Void Knight. That's why we saved the Void Knight and opted to use the Photon on the first node. Want to make sure we can control these guys as much as possible. There goes Colleen, I think it was, is gone. That's the old Mr. Fantastic. He doesn't have his reworks like the one we have does. All right, and then we have offense up, going on to our Skrull again. Plus huge rewinds. Well, not huge, but 20% rewinds. Nova Force is active now. And we can now start working on the last threat, which is, of course, going to be the Shang-Chi. Get a defense down, hopefully, before Skrull pops off. Nah, no luck. That's okay. Ulting with offense up. Gets most of it done. And this definitely will finish it off. For all of his faults, Mr. Fantastic still hits incredibly hard. And now we got just the last node. The last node is the hero skill node, so let's walk ourselves through that. Now this is incredibly unfortunate, right? Because our Black Knight did die in the last node. The first time I did this, he didn't die, but I know that Spider Society can handle this. It's probably just going to be a little bit uglier than when I did it with my much, much, much larger Black Knight. Like, he's literally almost twice the size of Ghost Spider, sitting at level 92. But here we go. So essentially what we need to do is we just need to absorb all the opening damage from these guys, and then we want to kill them in such a way that we're targeting the Gamma members. First things first, we want to get over to the Brawn, the Abomination. We want to kill those 3. Then we kill one more person, She-Hulk, and 2 Green Hulks pop in. We need to kill those 2 Green Hulks. If we can do it in such a way that we are saving our Ghost Spider ultimate for when the Red Hulk drops in and we can just spread everything to him, that's absolutely awesome. But if you can't, you can't. We got the ultimate here. We're going to do that because it's going to do us a cleanse. And I know that I can't really touch those Gamma members right now anyway because they do have immunities. We're going to have to try and get past that, which is going to be really difficult. And then they're going to steal a bunch of abilities or a bunch of buffs from us here in a second when the Brawn pops off his special. Again, I can't spread anything, so let's not bother doing that attack. I'll throw the ability block to stop the Absorbed Man from taking my buffs off. Get that taunt off. There we go. And now, hey, if I can get ahead of this Brawn and actually take him out before he like steals all my buffs and puts them in stealth, everything like that, that's awesome. But I wouldn't count on it. All right. Let's get over to the Brawn. Hopefully we get an assist from Peter. We did, so we lose the skirmisher there. Is fantastic. We'll just continue. And now it looks like my Penny is actually going to be able to stun the Brawn here. So this is very fortuitous. You might want to play around with your skirmishers to get past those Absorbed Men. They are kind of the main issue of this node, if you will. And then once you do that and control this Brawn before he steals your buffs, it's pretty easy from there. Alright, turn my attention to the A-bombs. Alright, I'll use the ultimate from Noir here. This should finish off an Abomination and a Moonstone. Ugh, these goddamn Absorbing Men. This is why I don't do burn attacks on this node, by the way. Unlike the last node, like a burn attack to pull the Brawn abilities would be really cool, except then the Abominations are taunting on you right away, and that's just not fun. The one Absorbing Man does have speed up, so he's going to be taunting on us here in a second. That's super lame. Alright, I guess not. Alright, let's finish off the A-bomb. And now in a perfect world, I'm going to target the Hulks, which I didn't do, but that's okay. Try and get a stun on the She-Hulk after that, and then we go from there. We could alt spread bleeds. It doesn't really seem like a great idea. Let's just use the special. So we'll stop one Hulk from taunting on us. The Hulk on the right side is going to mean that we're able to kind of tunnel down on the She-Hulk, which is great. Let it fly. Let your Pav fly. He's going to do a crazy amount of damage here. You see the one Hulk dies before his passive even procs. Let's see if our Noir can finish off the red Hulk, Green Hulk for his pops. Perfect, perfect, perfect. And now, what I could do is I could try and spread this stuff over here. So first things first, let's go ahead and get offense up. And it's going to strip those debuffs off of her. Hopefully she doesn't die. Ah, damn. Well, that's not great. Let's spread the slow from She-Hulk. And of course it was resisted by the Red Hulk. As long as our Penny can stun the Red Hulk, then it's still okay. Oh. Well, he's resisting a lot, so we might have to redo this node. Just from the resist. God damn it, Red Hulk. We'll see. All I see is if Pav can butcher him down. The resists are not on our side this time. One more hit on She-Hulk is also going to make it so she throws everything back at us. So let's stop avoiding, or start avoiding hitting her. Alrighty, this might finish off the Red Hulk. At least gave him 5, so we're about to find out. He does have those bleeds. We didn't hit the She-Hulk. For some reason, okay, Ghost Spreader got it done. For some reason, the She-Hulk doesn't actually get charges when you hit the Gamma members. Only when you hit her. It's like the oldest version of She-Hulk, and they've never updated her for some reason, which is great. And that's it, guys. So this is going to be it. This is going to get us our 9.9 million run, or whatever the case may be. If you're on a higher difficulty, I believe this is even higher than that. Though somebody told me you don't even have to do this node. They said that they didn't have to do the last 3 nodes by using my old guide on difficulty 15, which I think is fantastic. Because then you can just have your spiders die on the first node and get it through like that. Alright, that's going to do it for this video, guys. We did get our 9.5 that we needed for this specific difficulty. I have heard for difficulty 15, which you do need to do to get the 7th yellow star, you actually need to do 7 nodes with similar packs turned on. So interesting how that plays out. But yeah, I'm Stargated. And let's talk about the Stargate for a second, because this Stargate is super dumb. I think by doing the nodes and not having like diamonds on everything and not having level 100 on everything like our Spider Society, it is clear to see. This is not in difficulty 15. Difficulty 15 is a huge step up. It is clear to see this was actually a really well-designed event as far as the nodes go. They didn't need to put a Stargate on this to stop people from getting through it. Like, we didn't even have to do Node 10, thank God, because Node 10 is crazy. Look how stacked it is. The Stargate was dumb. Hope they never do it again. And that's it for the video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you leave a like, share with your friends, and subscribe to the channel. I'm sorry it was so jumbled. Wanted to make it make sense for you guys. But hopefully it helped you rank up your old man Logan. Alright, see you next time. Bye. That's it for the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Stay happy, healthy, have fun, and I'll see you in the next one.